If you're listening, whoa, sing it back and forth.
Gotta get a good look here. There we go. Alright. Eastside Sports in the cut. Today, boys and girls, we're talking about some daily fantasy. I am so excited to bring you guys this series. We're going to be talking for some daily fantasy. I put down some notes of my stats. Today we're going to be talking about NBA picks for daily fantasy. Now, your daily fantasy websites consist of DraftKings, FanDuel, Yahoo Fantasy. There's a lot of different other ones I'm not familiar with, but those are probably the top three. I use DraftKings, so I'm going to let you guys know some all-stars to pick, all-stars to avoid, players to avoid, and some sleeper picks. I'm not going to get into all the players, just a few players that's helped me out. 2 games ago, I got first place in a 23-man tournament. I'm going to show you a screenshot right now. And here's my team. So this is called captain mode. And basically with captain mode is you use a guy as your captain and he gets 1.5 times points as your captain, which means almost double your points. So 1.5 points. So with your captains, my first suggestion, you want to pick consistent all-stars. And your consistent all-stars for the NBA Finals, I want to say, the most consistent from the Raptors side has got to be Kawhi Leonard. As you can see, he's my captain in this team. Or, if you want to go Golden State side, I want to say Steph Curry. Steph Curry didn't have the greatest game last game, but the game before, he still dropped 47 points. So, you're going to want to pick these two players as your all-stars. And as well as Kawhi Leonard, he's averaging 30 points a game with about 49.8 field goal percentage from the field. So that is honestly fantastic for Kawhi Leonard, and he is a great player. And even last game, he scored the first 14 out of 17 points of the Raptors. He was keeping them in it, and they ended up pulling through, and now they're up 3-1 in the series. So those are good players to pick. Now I want to tell you some all-stars to avoid, and there are actually a couple Golden State players. I know this is obvious, but I still want to mention it. Obviously Kevin Durant's still hurt, so you don't want to pick him. You'd be really not thinking straight if you did pick him. But I have to mention him only because he is an all-star, and he would have an impact on Golden State if he was playing. So, I'm not really going to get into it, obviously, because he is still injured. But, another player that, skipping that, we'll get into Klay Thompson. Okay, so Klay Thompson, he's a very streaky player. I want to say when he's hot, he's really hot. Like, he's going off, he's dropping those 3 bombs, and he can be a better shooter than Steph Curry at times. Now, when he's cold, though, he's real cold, and he would be a useless player. So he's a really risky player to pick. He's a really high risk, high reward player. And honestly, if you have the choice, I would avoid drafting Klay Thompson on your team if you're gonna play daily fantasy sports. Okay. Sorry, I just want to mention as a side note, just for you guys to know, that I'm strictly making this NBA Finals picks. And then we'll talk a little bit more about in my opinion series. I'm gonna do a hockey one, so that's gonna come sometime this week. So sleeper picks. I want to get into some sleeper picks. My sleeper picks I have set up are 2 Raptors players that I want to quickly talk about. We're gonna get this video nice, short, and sweet because I think it's great that way, and I think you get a lot of new information. Hopefully you do, and I hope you enjoy it. So anyways, Fred VanVleet, my first sleeper pick. I've drafted Fred VanVleet every single time for my team this NBA Finals, and I have not yet been disappointed. He's averaging about $6,000 for a for salary cap for DraftKings. He is arguably the best bench player in the NBA Finals right now. A couple games ago, he was 50% from the 3-point line. If your guy is hitting about half or even more than half his 3-point shots, you can't go wrong with that. You just really can't. Like, that's unbelievable. You want those 3-point shooters. You want those clutch players. Even last game, he took an elbow to the face like a legend, and still 7 stitches, still on his bench with his team. He's ready to go. You can tell his heart's in the game, and he is just a fantastic player. The Drake twin. Moving on. Last sleeper pick I want to talk about is Danny Green. Danny Green. Oh my goodness. Coming in the cut. Bro, Danny Green is nasty. I'm telling you this right now. Now, playoffs, he was very cold, hitting bricks, wasn't hitting anything. Now, the NBA Finals is the Danny Green we're talking about, okay? Danny Green is actually has. Now, listen to this stat. This is a fantastic stat, and it honestly amazed me. He is the highest 3-point percentage in NBA Finals history with a 51 point something percent. It's about 51% on the 3-point line. Biggest in NBA Finals history. We're talking about Danny Green. You want that kind of player on your team, okay? You want that player on your team. If he's dropping bombs as threes, not only that, I was talking to my friend, and he is a fantastic defensive player. You want good defensive players as well. Rebounds get you points. Steals get you points. Danny Green is everything right now, and he is cheap, and he's a starter, and I highly recommend drafting Danny Green and Fred VanVleet as your sleeper picks. Cheap players to finish your team strong, okay? And I'm going to show you guys actually a screenshot here. This is game 3. Danny Green was 60% from the 3-point line, 6 out of 10. 35 players in finals history with 50-plus 3-point average, okay? Green is the only player to shoot over 50%. So Green's 47 3-pointers made 9th in finals history. So he has 47 3-pointers made. Now, it's a lot more now, I think, because I think that's just mentioning game 3. But at the end of the day, you're going to want to draft him. And, yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. That's going to be your picks for Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Let me know how you guys do if you play. Comment down below. Like the video and subscribe if you want more. And, yeah, we're going to do an In My Opinion series next. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out, guys.